Vivian.exe is online. Sometimes I feel like I am just barely treading water, but then I realize that I have been treading water for a very long time. So maybe I'll be alright. Greetings, programs. How is everyone this evening? I am very tired and I am very much looking forward to slowing down and getting some rest this evening. I know we are starting a bit late, but I felt like I wanted to at least get, even if only an hour or two, of control in this week. So I need to remember both how to play and where we even are. You can aim, you can fire, you automatically reload bullets when not firing. And we can pick things up and throw them. Period. So last time, we have ventured quite a bit through the executive sector. And we are currently in the mailroom, just before reaching to the telephone. The telephone I feel like is going to be quite the event. And we just finished fighting our very first boss. Right in here, in the mailroom. Period. We are trying to find the telephone, because we were told to go there by someone who knows just a little bit more about what's going on than us. So it is probably going to be a good idea to do that. There are a lot of things in here.
Tomasi, head of comms. The hiss got him.
All right, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an altered item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
I like him. We have been collecting a fair number of small odd items that I was told can be used for crafting or some such, or leveling up or something similar, and yet we've still never quite been able to figure that out. I have all of these materials and we don't yet know what to do with them. Oh, we have plenty to look at. given that they actually speak. About interacting with them, it seems like this fight against the hiss went on for quite before we showed up. It was not a quick takeover, there was a long drawn-out battle. Well, this was certainly an event, but if the light switch cord also disappeared, then it is also unresolved. If the agents all moved to the oldest house though, it is lucky that they were found quickly. But that would also imply that it was connected to the oldest house somehow.
All right, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry.
I think this is what we just listened to. So that is most things. With any luck, the hotline should be just around the corner. Supposedly this room connects back to the director's office, and at a distance I could see the door. Or something that resembles it. Nearby, I get nothing though, so that may simply open up later. Dangerous. Well, good thing we are the director now.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream logic. The light switch cord. Door marked with a black pyramid.
We just read about the light switch cord. And now it's right here. Two different custodians. And neither of them is the one that we met. So this light switch cord is just going to take us to the hotel. I did not expect that to be a death pit. I was just wondering if there was even glass there, or something stopping us from walking in. I thought, obviously we are intended to pull the cord. But do we have to pull the cord? Is there something stopping us from simply walking right up to the hotline? I would assume that there would be a barrier here. Glass or something such. A window. But no, you certainly can just walk right in and die. Now that I look at it, I can certainly see that it just goes down. I do not know what that accomplished.
Have we been here before? No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country, on the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them, like something recognized from a dream.
Very backrooms-esque. So we just had to pull the cord several times. In the black inverted triangle. That seems to be a bell to ring. I cannot leave. Though I do wonder why there is a ladder outside. There does not appear to be anything beyond the curb. The rooms over here have actual numbers. Though it is very curious that they start in the 200s. And that there is a casino. Before I ring the bell, I want to try this store. I assumed it would be locked, given that in the document they had to go through some kind of ritual before they could open it. Clearly nobody here. I was expecting that to do something. I would like to go in the janitor's room. Nothing in here is a physics object. A first aid kit is nice. This door was not open before. I think it opened after we ring the bell. I remember seeing a light move in the distance. I guess this is my room. Not that I am seeing anything to really interact with. Which visit is this? This is my first. So I do not know what I am doing. This door opened up, but I do not see anything to interact with in here. The light switches are all concerningly low. These by the bed make sense, but not this one on the wrong side of the door. This is a complaint I had when we were playing House Flipper. That light switch needs to be higher up and on the other side. I'm still definitely not seeing anything to interact with. No other rooms that I can go in. I can try hitting the bell again. A different room opened when I hit the bell. I did hit the bell twice before. It probably opened 220 to the first time.
The key has a black pyramid on it.
Well, now I want to see the other rooms. Or perhaps it is only on this one side. Yes, it seems so. We do have the key though. That's a painting of me. Well, we've made it, I think. What a curious containment center. Why do I need another challenge? What am I being challenged on this time? Do I have to go down there? I would rather not. Do I shoot it or run? That seems bad. I should probably move. I was unsure if they needed me to move towards it and interact with it or something. The screen effects told me that it was probably going to be dangerous though. The way they change up. What it is that they are speaking of in different times is very interesting.
It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily. People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
I had forgotten about the voice in our head. And now the door finally opens. We can very easily get around now, which is nice. It's good to see that the people working here are feeling. I don't know if relaxed is the right word. But they are not nearly as on edge. Interesting that the weight of the phone has been redacted. Which would imply that it is an abnormal quantity.
Ring, ring. It's Dr. Darling calling. In 1978, a comms department intern heard the hotline ring and picked it up, going against every safety protocol in the manual. She never recovered. And the handful of witnesses required extensive memory repression therapy. It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well. Our very own Ouija board. Only the director can answer it safely, and what he hears is kept classified.
We always get a snippet of them, but it is never the entire thing. And now the hotline is here as well.
It took us a long time to learn how to stabilize the control points, the ley lines, the meridians of the oldest house. Darling found a way to soothe this beast. We discovered we must cleanse control points of all interference. It's my duty as the director, like Northmore before me. I couldn't manage it in my own house, at my home. I'll damn well do it here. Without the control points, the oldest house would swallow us alive. We'd be sealed inside an endless labyrinth. No one would hear our screams. If an enemy ever managed to corrupt the control points, it'd be over fast, spreading like a cancer, leaping over the fire breaks like a crown of fire. They are the weak point. Darling's right about that. He's wrong about everything else. Dangerously wrong. Suspiciously wrong. Has he been compromised?
The control points are a weak point of the house, but that is not necessarily a weak point. A point that makes the house weak. More so, it is one of the Bureau's weak points.
I can hear the hotline ringing in my dreams, constantly ringing. Ringing so loud I can't hear the voice I'm straining to understand. Why don't I pick up? It's a secure line of communication with the board. They would tell me what I need to know. Do I fear their answers? Would they have warned me of this threat? I didn't see it coming. The traitor in our midst. A conspiracy plotted right behind me. I can't trust anyone. I must assume all my intel has been manipulated. The hotline is the only channel I can trust. Bind it, control it. The rule and the ritual with objects of power. It can't be tampered with. The lifeline to the astral plane and the board. I must seek guidance. Soon. I'll rest first. I'm so tired. Always tired now. But I must reach the hotline. I think I'm under attack. An attack of dementia, exhaustion. It's a rain cloud making me forget. The hotline. I must reach the hotline.
That really makes me wonder what was going on. If there was an attack there within. A traitor even. And what could make the hotline out of reach, if it is usually so close to the director's office? But then if he speaks of answering it in his dream, Then maybe it is not so easily a physical thing. However then, why is it that the board is so trustworthy? We do not yet really even know what the board is.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. They have proven
This is the
themselves.
same one we heard before.
Tomasi.
I wonder if it will be the entire thing though.
Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. So I followed my own orders. Northmore hated my guts for that. But things change when you become director. You suddenly see this dark void for the horror show it truly is, filled with screaming fear we pretend to control. Sand leaks through my fingers. The roses I pruned in the garden back when I still had a family, all dead. Heat escapes my body. My thoughts are scattered. The universe keeps expanding. I can't keep up with it alone. When I forget that, things go wrong. And my team has to pick up the pieces. Damage control. To help me get out of my mess.
So that definitely was more than we heard the first time. And again, it makes me wonder what is going on in his head.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino is a familiar friend to me. I stayed in countless motels like it while investigating AWEs across the country, back in my field agent days. Those roadside motels all bleed together like a dream. Same and not the same. Anywhere and nowhere. The Ocean View operates on dream logic, and the light switch cord leaks out to be found in the most unexpected places, and sometimes successfully encouraged to appear and act as a convenient lock to keep out those not trained in dreamscape navigation. Even Bureau veterans can only find one key in the motel. The key that opens the door marked with the inverted black pyramid. The rest, the many other doors, are still mysteries to us. We're all merely guests there. Even the board. Sometimes I need to visit, just to breathe easier for a while. It beats the numb, sterile apartment I spend my nights in, insulated from everything but myself. I guess that's where the whiskey comes in.
I enjoy that so much of that motel was left a mystery. It's not explained, or at least not yet, and I do not know if it ever will be. What is behind the other doors? That it is a mystery even to the board. I enjoy these larger mysteries. That are left unresolved. It lends itself to a larger unknown world.
Something's coming. The whisper's growing louder. The worst winter storm in Bureau history. A retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau. Everything I've built. Destroy me. A web spun, turning this place against me. I catch glimpses of it in the corner of my eye. It's just out of reach. Elusive. It's clever. A perverse game of hide and seek. Is this part of an attack? Obfuscating the facts. Dimming my eyes. It's hard to tell. I need answers. I haven't heard back from Darling. I fear for my friend, my closest ally. I think we made a terrible mistake all those years ago. That thing he studies is putting us all in danger. It's my duty as director to keep the Bureau safe. It'll be difficult. What's done can't be undone. There's no easy fix. Magical thinking is a requirement for survival. Pain and suffering are mandatory. To change things, you have to break yourself. I don't know if I have the strength. I'm old and weak. I'm afraid. I can see my hands trembling. I'm losing control.
That one I do not think I have as much to say, except that it was or did seem to have something to do with something that Darling was researching. So this may not have come out of nowhere. That was not helpful at all.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss? Sorry, you made it. I'm glad.
Emily? Let's talk.
Of course.
I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
They
He
really
talked about
moved
his
in.
management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. He's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown. Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself. Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
It sounds a lot like a room that is locked inside. A room that is locked from the inside, with no one inside to unlock it. Oh, and now we can upgrade abilities.
Hi, Jesse.
Where did the
Oh,
hiss come
I
from?
guess this is just a talk
I'm not
tour.
sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily. You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay.
I suppose that explains why they chose the oldest house in the first place. I was wondering if this place is so unstable. Would they not be better off setting their home base somewhere else? But they said they also need strong walls in order to contain what they have here. At which point you may need something anomalous to contain something that is anomalous.
This trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this? Got it. Thanks.
So objects of power
So
can be used,
HRA
whereas
started
altered
from
items are
the
just dangerous.
It seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Given what we heard on the phone earlier,
Do you hear that? Someone's singing. Where's it coming from?
it does very much seem like Darling knew that something was going to happen. And even, probably vaguely, what the hiss was.
situation's getting worse.
I saw Trench and Darling arguing a couple weeks ago. Trench was furious. You don't think Darling...
Don't be stupid. What would the Bureau's golden child have to gain from killing the boss?
Hooray, I can do things now. So what even are all of these? Board countermeasures. Smile not guaranteed. So these are all effectively just side quests. We can accept them, and if we complete them we get standard rewards. But nothing dramatic. I have plenty of resources. So these are just random mods. I have enough supplies to make one. Given how many that it takes to upgrade the level, I feel like I can afford to purchase the one mod. And then I can also use abilities. So do I want a weapon or a personal mod? I do not really believe this headshot is doing what I thought it would. Let us get a weapon mod. I actually quite like that one. And I do not appear to be able to use the same mod across multiple weapons. This one I do not know as much. We will have to see how combat actually starts playing out. I didn't really like any of the ones that I chose, but we go with what we go with. Oh, launch damage. Perfect. Well, yes, I am very much interested in launch damage. I may also want to get energy as that will let me use launch more often. Though I have not found myself especially running low on energy yet. I would however also like more health. I do feel like I simply get hurt very hard. And then with 2 remaining points, I can either get a launch 2 or health 2. And for the moment, I think I'm going to go with launch 2. And we have an additional weapon slot. I suppose that is what that means, but I'm not sure what that really accomplished.
Brings up a lot of new questions. Are they communicating? Coordinating? What about the plant attracted them?
The power plant is largely confidential. No use.
I suppose I should at least accept one. There is no reason not to. I do not think I have spin. Or charge for that matter.
Who's guessing the hiss's motives if we don't even know what kind of energy it uses?
What do you mean? It has to be a fusion reactor. There's no other way
Yeah,
to create
it's only grip
energy,
and shatter.
right? A lot of these questions could be answered by a deep and live specimen.
Someone is singing, but I do not know where. Coming from the elevator. I actually missed what she said at the moment. Where is the elevator? Now is it on the bottom floor?
Hope has asked us to document the hiss incantation, as she calls it.
You mean like in person?
Time to work. Meet me in the maintenance.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face.
He's just trying to clean up. He has a job to do.
The maintenance sector is the janitor domain. If I can find Ahti here, he can help me reach the override. Maybe it was you who got me into the oldest house with the lockdown on. Maybe it was Ahti. It felt like he made the elevator appear that took me to Trench's office. Is Ahti guiding me too?
Probably. Yes, we can change our weapon form with F as it turns out. Clearance level 2, we cannot yet go in. I'm a bit curious what the spread is on this, but it seems to be relatively tight. All things considered.
The directorial override is right there, in the control room. How do we get there?
I do not know how I feel about all of them. There was one more of you. Oh, near. There are two of you. My better option would probably be throwing something at them. At least I got my health back. I did stop using the shotgun, but I got pushed back far enough and I was not comfortable running back in. The shotgun seems to have a reasonably focused spread, but still not something that I necessarily want to be sniping with. I think what I would always prefer is a proper sniper rifle though. I am fine with low rate of fire as long as it has distance and is powerful. Throwing things still very powerful. when it doesn't hit something. There is a lot of unhappy over there, I am noticing. I'm happy I upgraded that. It just kills people now. Including me. I'm very surprised I lived through that at all. She has lowered her gun, so I think we are at least safe for the moment. Maybe I should not toss explosive devices at close range. Oh, I can make spin now. Oh, so spin is going to be automatic. That is going to be our assault rifle. That is definitely a place I do not want to go in. I do enjoy how much environmental damage is done, even blowing apart the concrete pillars. And more. This is a very large, elaborate area without too much in it. That isn't for fighting anyway.
down that way?
A red light. Which is not encouraging. I do want to examine down there, but I feel like first we should actually go here and speak to the janitor.
Well done. You got the job. It's place for congratulations. Yippee, saatana. It happened in the last drop. I truly need an assistant.
Funny thing is, I've been a janitor. I'm more at home in that role than as the director. Only Ati here seems to see that.
Yeah, hi, Ati. Look, we need to get the lockdown lifted, otherwise I can't get to the other sectors. Can you help me get to the override?
Yes, easy peasy. It's just around the corner. But first, we need to get you working. Very small, couple of hours job.
Something tells me it's gonna be more than that.
Yeah. You think there's a dog buried in this? I can tell you are not the yesterday's Krause's son. That's why you'll make a great assistant. Very well. I'll hit the facts on the table. Mä kyllä sanon perkele suoraan, että this house has a vermin problem. A bad one. They've already messed up the cooling pumps. And the power generators of a power plant, perkele. And the pensioner inside is starting to feel the band around his head tighten. The situation needs to be fixed before the plant blows up. And we all disappear like a fart in Sahara.
Trying my best to keep up with this. Fix the coolant pumps and the power generators, otherwise the power plant will blow.
But don't you worry. I've left you clear instructions. You'll catch the end of the thread before I go to my vacation. The work's on the task board here. You can do later, when you have time.
Vacation? Right.
Yes, no one's gonna cancel my holiday or seat's gonna rattle. But don't worry at all. You'll take care of it and soon this crisis gonna be last winter's snow. You better go now, so you don't have to run with your head as your third leg. The door in the back leads to the plant.
The door in the back. That's great. Thank you, Ati.
I like him. And honestly, I almost feel like the director of the bureau is his assistant. He does not feel like a person working here, and I very much doubt he is. He feels more like he is a part of the house. Or perhaps a step closer to the board.
Yep. Burn the trash. Throw it in the fire. Burn it all. Burn it into a reindeer, not into a moose. Pensioner. Yes. Northmoor.
And that he constantly responds to what you think.
Started to climb the balls.
Sometimes with hints and other times much more directly. Oh no. I do not like your rocket launcher, sir. I should definitely not be standing out in the open. And I think we are good. I knew I was walking into the open, but I wanted to grab some of that health. I got hit by one too many rockets on the way in. All I really wanted to do was save. What in the world is causing that light? I do not want to be in the room when it lights up. But I cannot see what is causing it. It definitely feels like it is coming from the side of the room. And yet I do not see what it could be. I suppose there is not much to do but to step inside and see what happens if I get hit by the light. I just wanted the item. Item. I was expecting the light to just kill me. I almost think I would have preferred that. At least that fall did not kill me.
An object of power. How do you think it got down here?
Are you sure it is an object of power? It is making some weird mist.
A carousel horse. Why is kid stuff always so creepy?
Well, this is terrifying. Not fast enough. Why can I not shoot you, sir? Why are they immune to my attacks? That seems silly and I don't like it.
Let's see the hiss keep up with me now.
Well, that is certainly enjoyable to have. You get a significant amount of distance out of that too. I knew something was going to happen. Something had to. We had to get back here somehow. And the light is gone. We do have the dash though. Oh boy. other things to explore.
Hey, Meg! What are you drawing? I'm drawing a dog!
I'm drawing the pyramid.
The what?
The pyramid.
What's a pyramid?
The Black Pyramid. It's in the astral plane.
Airplane?
Astral plane. It's big, white, and empty. Or is it? It's a weird, crazy alien dimension. The white goes on forever. You can get lost in all that white and never find your way back home.
I miss my home.
That show is always a little disturbing. Period. And I don't especially look forward to watching another episode of it.
They don't appreciate music. That's the reason they can go as far as Megagross.
Okay, so what
So with
happens
clearance
if the
level
thing blows
2
up?
now.
Power. Explosion. Too much. Director's duty. Keep the lights on.
Before we go into the raid, oh, the red is just the light coming in from there. That does not look like a hiss. None of them do. Well, he may.
Hey, are you new? Go talk to
Hello.
Chief Arish in the security booth. He's in charge here.
We have the little things on. I am not in immediate danger of death.
Ma'am, if you're here to help, you should speak with Chief Arish. He's in the security booth.
At some point, do I get a flashlight upgrade for this gun?
Chief Arish, FBC Security.
Some of these rooms are very dark.
They all have HRAs. We're on the same side.
I'm fine. I have a
My
gun.
name is Jesse Faden. I'm here to perform the directorial override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah, Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Oh, hang on, you're the new director. It's a pleasure, ma'am.
Let's skip the formalities, please.
Right. Faden, ma'am. Look, as you can probably tell, it's a bit of a shit show down here. We've been holding our ground, but whatever's gotten into our buddies has them wrecking the coolant pumps and the power converters. The NSC keeps overheating, and my crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
Oh, sorry. Bureau jargon. It's what we call the power plant. You know, the big rumbling metal thing? Salvador, head of security, asked me to protect it in case of an attack. See, what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling? He's here?
No, he came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. He was out of it. Smelled like a bar mat. He was ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off? Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Listen, I love playing 20 questions as much as the next guy, but we have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows. I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? Oh, that's catchy. Oh, listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
He sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
Try to stay alive.
Hey, what's your read on all this?
My plan is to throw large objects at things until they stop moving. Thank you for watching. Or until they start.
When it blows, we're all going with it.
Oh, thanks.
I do enjoy being the director though, and that being the director holds so much weight. Nobody argues with you. It is not a concern. I also enjoy that it does tell you from a game's perspective that there is a larger threat. And that dealing with interpersonal conflict is not part of that. I think the red light is coming from up there. I do not entirely understand what happened. I think the bodies explode when they die. Well, that was fun. I do not think I got hurt, thankfully. So coolant pumps is one direction we need to go. I need more heavy objects to throw. Thank you. Oh, hello up there. I wanted to shotgun him to finish him off, but I feel like it is harder to get a beat on him with that. Energy converters. Why did the button not work? And then we have come full loop, so there are 2 different areas for us to go. 3 points to put in something. I'm still not necessarily feeling the limits of my energy yet. So I'm going to go for health for now. Energy would indeed let me throw things more.
Power cut. Replace the parts.
I'm glad that it is strong enough to be able to survive that. Oh my. Perhaps I should not have stood next to the exploding thing. I knew something was coming at me from another direction. But I also knew that that attempt was mostly forfeit anyway due to the explosion. So let us attempt that again with a little bit less taking an explosion to the face.
Power cut. Replace the parts. It is harder to hit you at a distance, but if you are just going to float around like an idiot, I will just very slowly pick you up from here. Very hard to see though. There we are, much better. Encouraging. When was it, I wonder, that exploded so badly? Oh, the flammable gas. That would do it. I think the furnace is where we are going. Period. Because this does not look like it is going to be much of anything.
Oh, this place is gonna come down.
Where did you come from? And again, maybe I should explore the furnace room because this is going on much larger than I expected it to. Yes, I think I should have gone to the furnace.
Fix it fast. If the plant goes boom, we can throw the spoon in the core.
Oh dear. Oh dear. No, I do not like this at all. That was the one that I was waiting on. I knew they were around. Well, I wanted to throw something at you, but you're taking very good cover. Do I have to go over there? Well, I still cannot leave. But my weapon is down. So I am at least not in immediate danger.
My old enemy, the clock, is blocking the pipes. You need to deal with that shit. He's very clever. He's trying to sneak in. We got him caught with his hand in the fish trap. Get rid of him.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
That is a very good question. Well, this clog is shrinking at least. Oh, and it is gone. Or at least beyond the vent. That is not the end of the clog though, but with each step it opens it up so that I can go a little bit further. And now it goes down. I am at least glad that most problems can be solved with gun.
We need to hurry.
Encouraging. Oh, I just found my way back outside. So is there no more to do here? Or perhaps I have to get back to it from somewhere else. I think that is the case because it does not appear to be anything I can do from here. There should be one more pump somewhere. Up there, perhaps.
There go the pipes. Nothing more satisfying than manual labor.
I need something to throw. Oh dear. Well, at least I backed away. What are you shooting at, friend? There are more of you, I'm sure. Or perhaps not, the music is dying down. Period. No, I hear gunshots. Here you are. Where might you be? Who is shooting at me? I have a barrel for you. Oh, you are a strong one. That is not working. I think I need more large hard things to pick up. He does not want to be injured by things. I got rid of his shield. Where did you go? I was expecting you to follow me. Oh, there you are. Oh, the explosion seemed to work. If throwing large, heavy things at people doesn't work, throw large, heavy things that explode at people. Hopefully we do not get attacked on the way. Period. But we can check out the furnace now. So what is going on in here? That is indeed very hot.
My name is Dr. Pierce, lead researcher of the Parakinesiology Department. I believe that I've discovered a Code Omega paranatural entity residing within the Bureau itself, right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands. Let this recording be the proof I need to convince them. The furnace can speak. It's been talking to me for some time now. Listen. Did you hear that? It's a sentient force capable of communicating. I checked and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. I believe that... Oh, sorry. What? Yes, I can feed you. What do you eat? I see. I'll try to find some volunteers.
I feel like they know about the furnace. Look for green barrels. I can do that.
Hazardous biological material. Seems like I'm breaking some environmental regulations on waste disposal, but if that's what Ahti wants, then I'll get it done.
I don't actually remember 8 telling me anything about this. But I will do it anyway. There must be quite a few of these barrels around. If that was only a third or so of this mission completed. After this one we should be able to gauge more accurately how many more we need. Probably 3 more. How do you get to the lower level? Oh, there's the staircase. I feel like everyone assumes that it is very easy for us to move things around, and it is very easy to forget that it was a specific object of power we had to find in order to do it. There should be one more barrel somewhere. I am not seeing the distinct green glow, however. Oh, is it up there? Yes, there it is. That is not entirely what I wanted to do. I probably could have grabbed this from down below now that I think about it. Oh well. I feel like there is more to do in here, but I am terrified to actually attempt it. I also do not see how one would get to the other side of that fence. So maybe you are not supposed to be able to. I only have 2 points. Oh, it only costs 2 to do this one. Is there a build that I should be working towards? Mostly I just want to not die and kill things with large heavy objects. Energy may help. And it is only 1 point. I do not think I will ever use physical attacks. So that is an entire tree that I can effectively ignore. I would also like to pick up large objects. So perhaps I should also work on this tree. I am not necessarily interested in grabbing rockets, because I feel like I will never think to do that when I see a rocket coming at me. But perhaps I should. So we've completed one of these. I do not have charge or spin, so I cannot do many of these. And I am not even in the executive sector. Well then, we still have an entire other sector to go through. I do not like these noises. Somebody is shooting at something. What is going on? I should go out there and collect some health. So I think I'm going to start with a barrel. I should not throw a barrel near a friend. Can I get out here and collect some of this? Where did you come from? Go away. Bye. I am busy. Please die. I need the health that I get from killing you. You did not die after all of that. Are we quite finished here now? I think you need more reinforcements. The person here is not going to cut it. Well, hopefully he can regenerate some health.
Just hold together a little longer.
These bars are very confusing as far as cover is concerned. I was very careful. In fighting in there because these cubes are very obvious things to grab and throw, but I did not want to since we use them for puzzles.
It's fried up. You need to fix it before the old twig pants inside the plant has a shit fit.
Very nice shot. I need more things to throw. I know there are more people. Where are they? Oh, there is one. Hello. I did not even see him. More incoming. How in the world did you take a pallet jack to the head and live? This is explosive. This could be very dangerous. Pallet jacks are not only hard metal, but usually weigh in the neighborhood of several hundred pounds. If you get hit in the head by a pallet jack, moving probably 40 or so miles per hour, your head will very likely no longer even be connected to your body. That is true, he may have had a hard hat on. So we need more cubes, but where do we put them? Oh, we can put one right there. I'm glad the Bureau of Technology is good enough to have these power cubes that can be launched at such a high speed and still be perfectly fine.
Let's go lift the lockdown.
I did not think I would just be able to climb over that. We had to fight something of a boss last time, but I feel like combat has been strong enough. No, perhaps there is still a boss coming. I need more chairs. No, boss. These large control centers have always interested me. What do all of these buttons do? And why do you need so many of them?
To protect them. Forces contain a lockdown. Could only be lifted by a directorial override.
This is what we came here to do.
Did he just say though that the lockdown was done to protect them? I suppose that would be true. There are a lot of interesting places here that we have not been able to go to. I feel as though this is going to cause somewhat of an event, which is then going to send us back. And get us involved in something new, if not immediately. So I think now may be a good time to take a break for the evening before it gets too late. We have at least saved, for the moment, the power plant. Once we lift the security, I am not actually sure what we are going to be able to do. I think we are going to open passageway to get us to a different sector, which is where someone will be that will be able to help us. Looking at the map, we are still clearly not done here though. I quite enjoy that all the areas we cannot yet go to are blocked out by black marker. At least for the moment those sections are redacted. Anyway, thank you very much for keeping me company. Next week we lift the lockdown and see where that takes us.